Here we are rolling at another episode of True Capacity Talks with your host, James Gillespie. And what I want to dive into today is just a little bit about protein powder. What is it? Why do we use it? What is it great for? What is it misused for? How would I recommend you implement it? And why it should matter, right? First and foremost, the only reason that we would ever use a supplement is to supplement, is to tack on, is to be additive to what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. There is a very high likelihood that if you're trying to eat high protein, you're trying to exercise every single day, you work a full-time job, you're a mom, you have a busy profession, you want to have a social life, you want to do things outside of just work, sleep, eat, poop, and work out, you're going to need to have a few things that can help you supplement your protein. Now, protein supplementation, you could take it to its most literal place, which is, some whey protein powder or some vegan protein powder. But also, protein supplementation in general can look like a bunch of different things. I mean, you could, take it back conceptually to some hard-boiled eggs, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, beef jerky. What I really want to just make sure that we pay attention to is that the protein supplementation that we're looking for here is something that we're going to use to hit our protein goal, right? So like if a client comes to me and is like, hey James, I want to lose weight, but I want to gain strength, and I want to do this, in 6 weeks, I want to lose 15 pounds, but I want to improve my strength and recomposition, help myself recomp, right, as we say. So change your composition. What I'm going to recommend is probably higher protein. Why? Well, there's a variety of reasons. One being that it's easier to hit a protein goal that gives us the best opportunity to succeed with muscle growth, with size growth and strength growth, eating more protein, right? Does that mean that you have to do that? No. Does it mean that you need to eat 300 grams of protein a day? No. You're pretty much solid going 1.62 grams per kg of body weight. But if you want to eat more because you just want to get more of your macros from protein, send it, baby. Send it, send it, send it. I prefer to eat red meat. I prefer to also eat mostly animal proteins, and then I supplement with some protein powder. Now, I also have a specific protein powder that I like to use. You don't have to use it. You don't have to use the same brand. You don't have to even like the flavors that I like. You could go to First Form, you could go to Muscle Farm, you could go to BPN, you could go to GNC, you could go to Prestige Labs. I prefer Prestige Labs for a variety of reasons that we won't go into in this video, but I prefer them. But you don't have to use them. You also don't have to use protein powder at all that's animal-based. You could also use pea protein. You could also use soy protein. You could also use a combination, a blend of that is not animal-based. But regardless of that, the reason why you would even use this in the beginning is because you have a protein goal that you're trying to hit, and it is extremely difficult to do if you're eating out, right? If you're working in office, if you're traveling back and forth, you're also trying to make the gym and soccer practice and take kiddos to dance and do what have you. Like, it's difficult to do, so why not utilize something that's going to make it a little bit easier? No, I wouldn't recommend that you get all of your protein for the day from protein powders, but if you can't hit your protein without the powders, use them. If you can hit the protein without the powders, but you just like having some powder, do it. There's not a thing wrong with that. I think that it's not a space for us to demonize, not a space for us to look at what should be done or what must be done, but protein powders can be utilized, right, in a manner that's in alignment with our goals. Now, what that looks like for you, that's different for everybody. What I like to do is go balanced meal 1 for breakfast, protein shake in between, balanced meal 2 for lunch, protein shake in between, balanced meal 3, right, and then optional protein shake at the end of the day. If I'm still hungry and I have a hankering, better for me to eat chocolate ice cream protein powder instead of just chocolate ice cream itself. Macros are a whole lot different there. Now, doesn't mean you can't eat the chocolate protein, the ice cream itself if you want. You're welcome to do that. I mean, it's your body, your life, do what you want to do. But if you have a goal, it's going to be very difficult if you're binging on high sugar, high fat at the end of the day, or really throughout the day at all. It's going to be easier if you can get some sort of same mouthfeel, some sort of same texture, a very similar sweetness, even if it's using artificial sweeteners, right? To get something that tastes similar enough where it satiates you, but you don't eat a ridiculous amount of volume of it and go that direction. So that would be what I would say that you'd look at for protein supplementation. Now, when I say that I have 3 shakes, that's 1 scoop. So that's 20 grams of protein. That's nothing crazy. It's not, 2-3 scoops every time. So it's like 1 scoop of Prestige Labs is 20 grams of protein. So you could go, if you wanted to, you go a shake with 2 scoops somewhere in the day. And then, let's say just you have 100 that you're trying to hit for the day, right? If you got 1 shake with 2 scoops, that's going to mean that you have 60 left over to hit that 100. Now, I'm not saying 100 should be your goal. You should talk to a coach, hop on a consultation. You can chat with our team or somebody else to determine what that should be for you. But let's say you were just hitting 100. If you got 40 out of the protein powder, you would just need to make up 60, which then can look like about, knock down, 20 every meal. And that will be very easy to do. Realistically. And we've got some high protein recipes too if you need them in our Facebook group. They're free, absolutely. You just need to request to join our Facebook group and I'll tag you in them if you're asking for them and we can go that direction. But realistically, it should be something that makes it easier, not harder. And it should also be something that you utilize to your benefit because we don't always have time to be driving between home and work and home and work in the gym and home and the gym and home to be, driving through and grabbing food, maybe based on time or maybe based on doing that might not be the most beneficial for your goals in the long run because you have a composition goal and eating McDonald's 4 times a day where you don't track anything, where you're not intentional about what you're putting in your body might not be the best thing that serves you. So can you use it? Can you use McDonald's? Can you go to Burger King? Can you go to Chick-fil-A and still lose fat? You bet your ass you can, but it's going to require a lot of mental fortitude, and it's going to require a lot of paying attention to what macros are. And if you're at that point, well, then go on with your bad self. Most people don't have implicitly the discipline to do that type of thing, and that's okay. That's why you hop in. You talk to a coach. That's why you hop in and you work on your habits, and you get those things laid so the foundation is ready to rock and roll and you are not out here looking around like, I can't seem to do this. Of course you can't. It's hard if you don't have a system. So I would utilize protein in a systematic fashion, protein powder in a systematic fashion to benefit your goals and utilize it to fill gaps. And sometimes if you're like, hey, I don't have any great options, having a little shaker cup just like this, and we don't use any specific brand, but like this little shaker cup, I'm not sure how many ounces this is, but having a small one, I want to say it is, actually it doesn't even say. Oh, that's a lie. Hold on, okay, so ounces, this is a 16 ounce. Having just multiple 16 ounce shaker cups with a little, metal ball in them and having those in a bag that goes with you to work and having some protein powder separate where you can throw in there with some sort of liquid and rock and roll should be all that you need. Hope that was helpful. If there's anything you'd like to see, please let me know. Otherwise, catch you tomorrow. Literally, we release these every single day. Catch you tomorrow for another episode of True Capacity Talks. And let's rock and roll. Peace.